probably every one of us started making music, it was exciting. It was thrilling. I mean, I remember, of course, I picked up the guitar when I was 14, and I was figuring out how to be cool, because when you're 14, that's what you do, and this was a good way to do that. And so when I figured out that I could... and suddenly it made me a whole lot tougher and cooler than if I couldn't do that. And okay, wow. I'm hit on something here. But the thing is, it was exciting, and listening to the music was exciting. And you definitely hit on something when we talk about, you know, we're adults, we have different lives, we don't have time to sit and play the guitar all day long, and you can be sure that every great guitar player that ever was spent at least a part of their lives where it probably didn't leave their hands for very long. But you don't necessarily have to aim that high or worry about how long it would take you to get to that point. When you look at it from a different perspective, so you're watching somebody play and you say, wow, there's all those chords I don't know. Well, if we're proceeding with an understanding that if you can get your fingers into one configuration, you can get your fingers into another configuration. And somebody plays a song that has all these chords that you don't know, there's not really anything that's stopping you from sitting down with a song. You talk about playing in bands and learning to play other people's songs. That's one of the greatest ways to add to your vocabulary. You just have to pick the right material, because if you go for something that's too difficult, then that becomes its own stumbling block. You just get frustrated and give up. You don't try to go from A right to Z. You go from A to B. Or say, okay, I'm going to get ambitious and try to get to D. Or whatever it is. But that you don't reach too far. But you proceed with an understanding that when you make that step forward, then the next, however you want to quantify that step forward you took, you are now in a new spot. And 10 or 15% beyond that brings you forward to a new spot.